Previously on Critically Stupid.
More transformed into a hell. We were trapped inside of our own spell. Cerulean met the creepiest beast alive. She had to ask it some questions. 5. The rest of us faced something from our past. It started to feel like the day was our last. Garrett solved the puzzle while Mel got a pet. Cerulean learned important facts and my fingers got wet. Like with the blood of my enemy, because he was really mean. I kinda killed this guy, but it was only in a dream. We all had a rough day, but it happens and we're okay. Sometimes you make best friends with a demon. You keep the cool stuff that you're dreaming, unless you're cerulean.
With that being said, are there any questions before we get into it?
Can I have $1 million?
Absolutely, yes. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into Critically Stupid, soon to be world famous Dungeons and Dragons Real Play podcast. I am, of course, your lovely host, Alexander James. I play the Dungeon Master and the general populace of the world. And my favorite part of last episode, legit, guys, like legitness, it's so hard to say because I was so proud of everything you guys did and the badass improv work. But I think I'm gonna give it to Cerulean because she really put in effort to interact with all of you as you were doing your scenes, but also she had to come up with questions to drive that narrative forward, and she also had to deal with my bullshit standing struggling at the camera as the last gasp of brain cells expelled through my face.
Have you gotten them back yet?
No, I don't think I will, honestly. It's like blood cells. Once they're gone, they never come back. So that was mine. That was my favorite.
Hi, my name's Katie. I play Cerulean, and my favorite part of last episode was probably the fact that Alex couldn't rhyme to save his life. Call yourself an author.
I think technically he did rhyme.
Yes, he did.
I did. By the books, I did rhyme. You could ask my friend Lin-Manuel Miranda.
My personal friend.
My dear boon companion, Lin-Manuel Miranda. That's canon. You can look it up. He follows me on Twitter.
No,
just goes and makes a Lin-Manuel Miranda account, pays for the $8 check.
Shamilton. Just
Hamilton.
That's amazing.
All right, Bessie.
Oh, my name is Dianna. I play Mel, and my favorite part was, I got a wolf, but
yeah, trump card right there.
Hard to beat, honestly.
My name's Anthony. I play Arnold. My favorite part was when Arnold had a really serious moment and stuck his fingers into the throat holes of another character and just was not taking any grief from this guy. And no one saw it. No one saw any of his darkness come out. No one saw any of the sincerity. Like, he had a full moment where some of his dark backstory was coming to the surface and no one saw it. And I love that so much. So.
As the only other person who was technically live in that scene with you, the little bit of like lore that you dropped there was so fucking cool, because you did it so naturally. It was like in the diet, like it was no notes. So cool.
I was so excited because I was like, this has never come up before. No one's ever asked me, and there's no reason for my character to mention any of it except for that moment, and then no one saw it. I was like, yes, it's so good.
Amazing.
Hi, my name is Garion. I play Garath, and my favorite bit from last episode was when Arnold fingered that guy.
That's what I do best.
How long did you have that in your
2 weeks
pocket?
now? 2 weeks we've been going. He said they thought that the whole time, so I hadn't saved the first week. Several wet holes.
Well, no, because I had like a perfect moment from the holiday special planned, and then I realized I'm like, oh shit, that might not be like airing. So I'm like, what was my favorite episode? And it took me approximately half a second before coming up with it and then saying it out loud.
Well, fucking props to you, my guy.
All
right. Let's say, let's open on Trollskull Manor. Maybe like, let's call it like the next day after you guys get back from your ordeal at the morgue.
Trollskull Manor, interior, day.
Yes, exactly. You guys got out of the morgue sort of, I would say, like just ahead of the City Watch. You were probably skirting through some of the darker streets and alleys as you heard the City Watch closing in. Maybe somebody in the neighborhood reported a disturbance. Maybe somebody saw Captain Dave Starsong and his band of ruffians sort of roll out. I do need to make a correction really quick. Last time you guys were in the morgue, I identified the bodies on the floor. If you'll remember, there were a couple of dead mercenaries that Captain Dave Starsong and his band of ruffians had killed to get there. I had said that those were the Black Network, and I was mistaken. Those were Xanathar bums that Captain Dave Starsong had killed. That is an important distinction that will be necessary moving forward. Yeah, Gareth, go ahead and write that on your hand clipboard.
Because Xanathar and Zinter, they're part of the okay, I'm there.
She got it. All right.
Hey, did you write down all the
Nothing
appropriate
gets
notes
past
for
me.
everyone?
What?
Did you write down the appropriate notes for everyone?
I'm working on it.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Actually, hold on. Before you do this,
Trollskull, interior, day. I would love to open with Mel telling me a little bit about how your newfound animal companion, or your wolf pup, is settling into its new home at Trollskull Manor.
He's doing fabulously. He's a quick learner, but a little bit of a stubborn streak, which is fine. Sometimes you want that in a little pup, you know. Almost completely house trained. We're getting there. A lot
of prestidigitation, just like cleaning it.
Prestidigitation, the urine off the floor.
yeah, and the smell out. Like he's having the best year.
Has there been an encounter between Gareth and Floon and the wolf pup and the bar scenario? Like, has there been an accident involving the guests where Gareth would have to get involved?
I mean, like maybe one or two, but most of the guests aren't too upset because he's adorable. His name is Joshua Patrick, which is also the name of the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills.
Now, hang on just a second. I think you mean Waterdeep.
Fantasy?
Oh,
Waterdeep's internationally
Buffalo Bills.
renowned spell ball team.
Yes.
The Buffalo Bulls.
Yes, those.
And
Them.
what's the name? It's Joshua.
It's like it's Joshua Patrick. It's Joshua
Joshua
Patrick,
Patrick.
but I went with Joshua Patrick because it's really cute.
I do like Joshua Patrick. He is my favorite quarterback of the Buffalo Bulls.
He's real good.
I disagree with Waterdeep's egregious tax raise to pay for the new stadium, but like they are bringing in the big
But that
bucks,
new
so
stadium look lit.
it's sexy. Okay.
Fuck are we
And there's
talking?
gonna be like a little bit, not a dome. They should just do a dome, but they're doing like a little bit of a cover, so people, aka me, won't get totally snowed on at the game, but we'll probably still get a little snow.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Mel
his
would be so
his name is
upset.
Joshua Patrick, and he also loves to play catch, which makes sense because of his namesake. And he's pretty protective.
That just makes sense.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, grand. On this, on a morning, so recently after you acquired Joshua Patrick, what are you guys like? What are you guys up to? What's your sort of like? I imagine like as a responsible ranger, you're trying to establish a routine, a training sort of scenario. What do you guys do in like a morning?
Me and Joshua Patrick.
That's correct. Yes.
He usually wakes me up because he wants to get up and he wants to be fed. But we take him outside first. And then as far as training, I guess I would want. Is there like an area with like a woods nearby? Because that's where I would want to take him. Because I would want to train him how to sniff stuff out.
There is, so you guys are on a corner lot at Trollskull Manor, so you've got like a fair amount of like backyard area. As far as like actual parks go, you'd probably have to travel not far, maybe like a few blocks, sort of big city style.
That would be fine. So I take him for a walk and we go to the woods where I am just training him how to sniff stuff out because I'm a ranger. So, he can help me with the, my brain doesn't work.
Cole, we also have an olive grove in our backyard.
You have an olive plant. Let's not get carried away.
You said grove. Go back and watch it.
All right, fine.
Well, that's not. I'm more trying to train Joshua Patrick how to sniff out the different like animals and beasts and whatnot that we might encounter on our way, and also training him to respond to commands, so he doesn't have to be on a leash or anything like that, and he'll be a good boy and he will just come back around. I feel like people recognize Joshua Patrick when I take him on the walk, and they love him because he's adorable. So I've been using that to socialize him. All the kids like to come and pet him, and that's all right unless he's working. And then
you don't pet the working doggo. That is the rule.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Okay, so Joshua Patrick settling nicely to the neighborhood.
He is. Sorry, he keeps peeing on the bar floor, Gareth.
No, it's mad chill.
Actually, speaking of Gareth, you this morning, as you probably getting ready, setting up the bar, Floon rolls in, just a super cash hour and a half late for a shift, no big.
Oh yeah.
Starts setting up the bar, humming tunelessly to himself. I'm gonna be real, Gareth does not do a great job. There's a lot of like things that you have to do behind him the right way. So like he sets up the glasses, but he does them like in the wrong spot. So you have to like put him in the right spot. He sets up a keg, but he puts the line, and there's just a lot of stuff that you got to go back. But he's in a great mood while he does it. So like the vibes are there. Gareth, there is a commotion in front of the door, and then you hear high-pitched rattling against the door as a pair of small hands start knocking feverishly on it.
I mean, let's see. This is before we're open, right? We're closed at the moment.
Correct. Yeah, it's probably like late morning, and I imagine Trollskull. Correct me if I'm wrong, but more of like an afternoon, evening vibe.
Well, yeah, for sure. I'd say the library. Now, I'm merely the bar owner here, so don't correct me if I'm wrong, group. But I think the library opens earlier than the bar does.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus, if it were that early, I wouldn't be there. I'd be on my walk with Joshua Patrick.
Yeah. Anyway, neither of which are open, so I'm gonna say sorry. We're closed. Come back later.
You hear a familiar voice, sort of like pitch up from one of the windows around the corner, and like you guys keep the windows sort of like open for a cross breeze to like freshen up the spot. And you see a tiny voice hopping in time with the words, and it says, "Mr. Garath, I need to talk to you, Mr. Garath, please. It's me, Dustin."
You
Okay,
realize
go
you
ahead,
said
I'm
I would
listening.
see a tiny voice, right?
Ooh, what did I say that?
You said that you
did,
see a
but
tiny voice.
Now, canonically, I'm also the person that said you hear from the periphery of your vision. So
It's
this is
true.
just sort of like in line with
And
my
you said the
general
thing with its
buffoonery.
eyes closed was looking at us. So.
It's just
I
like
did say
You're
that,
doing
yeah.
so
fantasy
good.
synesthesia or something.
And
I like
I'm
I'll
the
tell you
eye
what, guys.
stupid one.
Guys,
The
let's go
web-
through every one of Alex's mistakes.
All right, December 14th, 1987. I was born.
That was
Uh,
literally, if you can go back and look, I went like I was gonna say birth, and then I didn't because I thought it was too mean.
Gareth, you see the familiar form of Dustin Eggo hopping up to like shout over the windowsill at you.
Okay. Above table. This is the guy I kicked in the head, right?
No, false. Thank
No.
you for remembering. No, this is one of the littler kids that lives sort of around Trollskull. Dustin Eggo specifically was the kid that found the magical necklace that Arnold beatboxed with.
Yes.
Oh, word. Yeah, all right. Come on out front. Door's unlocked.
You go to unlock the door, and there is a as you go to like turn the knob, there's like a pushing and a shoving, and you pull it open, and two forms like fall through the threshold of the door, and spring.
Sorry, real quick. Can I like roll for a reflex to like catch the one I don't recognize?
Yeah.
I only expected one person.
Give me a just an up and down dex roll.
Up and down dex, which is what, D20 plus dex bonus?
Yes, sir.
That's my highest bonus. Ooh. Oh, so many goddamn dex. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really hungry.
We got a 11 plus
What
3
did
is
you just say?
14.
Sorry, I'm really hungry.
It's fine. We here at Critically Stupid, this is going to be one of the few wholesome ones. We love snacks
And drugs.
I'm
and
about to
underage
love
drinking. Let's
snacks.
go.
Oh, I heard that while I walked away.
Okay, I got a 14.
14 is good. Okay, so you snag sort of one of the kids. It's a little ungainly. You're like kind of grab a shoulder and they sort of like pitch around, but you haul them upright. And you are looking at the uniformed figure of Evan Stokesworth, one of the shop boys at Corellion's Crown down the alley. And lying flat on his face with his nose smushed into your welcome mat, you hear a cheerful voice go, "Mr. Garath, please, sir, I gotta tell you something. It's the greatest thing I've ever told anybody ever of all time, and I need you to listen to me right now."
All right. Why is this guy here?
You see Dustin Eggo pick himself up from the floor and say, "Hello, Mr. Garath, it's me, Dustin Eggo."
Yeah. Dawson, why is this guy here?
Evan sort of shifts his weight and says like, "We've got a quest for you, Gareth."
Ooh. The kind of little dollar signs have appeared in Gareth.
Like a
Real
Looney
talk,
Tunes
by the way,
cartoon.
I
Yeah,
am
exactly.
inventing new voices for these characters every episode because I am incapable of remembering what they sound like. So, dear
If it makes
listener,
you feel better, so am I. I'm not gonna call you out on continuity.
hell yeah, let's go. Okay, so Dustin Eggo picks himself up and dusts himself off
Nice.
and looks at you earnestly and says, okay, Mr. Gareth, you're gonna now listen. Evan and I, we were playing spell ball down by the sewers, right? And like everybody knows that I'm going to be the next Joshua Patrick, quarterback of the Buffalo Bulls, best spell ball quarterback in the game. And so we were practicing and we were running drills. And I threw my ball too far because, real talk, Mr. Gareth, real talk, bring it in. I'm very bad at spell ball. So I threw it too far, right? And so I sent Evan to go get it.
He just needs a better wide receiver.
And Evan overheard some people talking, and they were talking about something that's really, really important. I think it's going to be super cool for you, super great, super awesome, great quest for you, Mr. Gareth, to undertake because everybody knows you are the sneak attack. And he sort of like pauses and backs up and looks at you like,
Like you expect me to do like something cool?
Do something sneaky. Disappear and come back
I
around.
just do
Laugh like that.
I just do like a card trick, like I make a card.
All right, give me a sleight of hand.
Can you
real
pull
quick.
a quarter from behind his ear or some shit like that?
Give me a sleight of hand, Gareth. Let's see how good you do it.
All right, let's see. We got a 10 even plus 7 is 17.
Okay, Dustin Eggo is blown the fuck away, and you actually you turn, and even Evan Stokesworth is like,
All right, did you write any of this down, what they were talking about, or are we just doing mouth-to-mouth transcribing here?
Evan Stokesworth says, please don't say mouth to mouth to me. I'm a child. I'm
Mouth
legally a
to
minor.
ear. Fuck. Shut up. I hate you.
My
Evan,
brain went to CPR, not something.
I have a story to tell you.
Evan Stokesworth smirks and says, no, I remember Steel Trap.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit of a moron, so why don't you write it down for me?
Now, okay, hang on a second, Mr. Garath. You're the sneak attack. You can't say that about yourself, okay? You are the fastest hands in Waterdeep. People have been saying that about you. Real talk, Mr. Garath. Real talk. Bring it in. It's just me. But like, I think your hands are very fast.
Okay, I appreciate it. One, I think you should start spreading that around more. Two, you see, I'm gonna have to go and tell all this information to my friends anyway, and if they expect me to remember it, I'll start to cry. So just write it down. I'll hand them that. We'll all be good. Brief summary.
He could write literally anything down, and you'd have no idea.
All right, tell you what, Evan Stokesworth pulls what looks to be like a receipt paper out of his pocket. He's still wearing his Corellion's Crown sort of like uniform, so he's got like an apron on and like he's got pockets. So he pulls out like a stub of paper and a charcoal pencil, and he starts writing. And he looks at Dustin Eggo and says like, "All right, tell him." And Dustin Eggo looks at you. Again, so earnestly, like a DC-1 insight check would show that this kid is like fully believing what he is about to tell you.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm with you.
And he says, "Okay, Mr. Garath, here it is. These men were talking about something that they were going to steal. Okay, and that's why I thought of you, because Mr. Garath, you are the sneak attack. You're the fastest hands in Waterdeep. And I was like, if they're going to steal it, maybe Mr. Garath can steal it. Maybe he can get the money." And they were talking about it like it was worth a lot of money, Okay,
I
so
like
like
it
maybe,
instinct, kid.
but okay, so but like it's a little tricky because like I don't know where it is, or really, I'm going to be honest. And actually, cutting him off, Evan chuckles and says like, "Yeah, you're not gonna. It's not that." And Dustin says, "No, it is. They were talking about it."
It's not what?
Okay, so it is a goldfish.
I'm with you. Okay, like made of gold? Like a golden fish?
No, like a small fish in a bowl, glass with water in it.
Okay.
But, Mr. Garath, the way they were talking about it, I tell you what, it's like it's a fortune.
Sure, yeah. I mean, when I think of my beloved family pets, I also talk about them like they are priceless.
But they were going to steal it. They were going to send a guy somewhere to take it. And I was like, Mr. Garath can do that. He's super sneaky.
It is true. Theoretically, if I wanted, I could probably steal this fish.
Goldfish.
Goldfish, you're right. I'm so sorry. I apologize. So you came to me with a quest, which means I assume you want me or us to go and steal this fish for you.
No, I want you to steal it for you. You're Mr. Garath. You're the sneak attack.
So true. Okay. Just to make sure I have all of it lined up. You were out playing somewhere.
By the sewers.
Threw your ball too hard because you got just such a fucking arm on you.
I'm going to be the next Joshua Pacha, quarterback of the Buffalo Bulls.
It's true. You go. And then you heard when you went to go get your ball. You heard the people talking about a fish, real cool looking fish,
a goldfish.
A goldfish. Or sorry, let me say that with different tone and incantation. A goldfish.
Yeah.
So you thought, let's go to Trollskull Manor before it's open. We don't open for 3 hours, by the way. And you needed to tell us this.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you hear there's like a crisp tearing of paper, and Evan Stokesworth sort of like snaps the receipts straight and hands it to you and says, "There you go, champ."
Good to be
And,
known
um,
for something other than murdering.
Evan,
No, actually, I take that back. I'm good with being known for murdering.
Gareth, from the bar, you hear like a glass break, and you hear like, "Ah, beans."
You are so in debt.
Hey, Mr. Gareth, don't worry, bro. I'm gonna fix this right up. Hey, I like calling you Mr. Gareth, man. It's like you're like the boss.
Do I have to be here with you, Flute? I fucking love it. You should definitely keep that up.
Hey, what's going on with those kids, man? Are you good? You need like assistance?
You should phrase that better. Yeah. Do you know anything about an expensive goldfish?
Gareth, give me an insight check.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how sober Floon is at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Is he following Gareth?
If he's
Lee?
smart, not very.
Diana, your ghost lock right now is freaking me the fuck
My
out.
what?
You've got one strand of hair that is
Oh,
perpendicular
it's
to
okay.
your
I have
head.
a window open because I was a little warm, and there's a breeze.
Okay, I got
I
a
can-
natural 20. I'm reading
Okay.
fucking mind
Sober
right
as hell.
now.
Or really drunk.
You see Floon's eyes widen with excitement. And he goes, "Bro, you're gonna steal a goldfish? That's rad as hell. You'd be like the fish smuggler." Oh, wait. Something alliterative, like the goldfish guy.
Floon, you didn't even answer my question at all.
Well, I'm sorry, bro. What was your question?
Do you know anything about an expensive goldfish?
Ah, man, the only fish I know are the crackers, bro.
Don't think you could say that.
Oh shit, that's copyright. The only fish I know are the
fantasy
Fancy
goldfish crackers.
fantasy goldfish crackers. Yes, exactly.
They
that.
fantasy
Thanks.
smile back.
The silverfish.
But it sounds rad as heck, man. Give it a shot. Do the sneak attack.
All right. Well, why don't you set off our fine guest here, and I'll bring it to the rest of the party.
He immediately starts pouring beer.
Yeah, definitely. Gareth doesn't question this.
Arnold or Cerulean, I imagine at some point during this conversation, hearing voices in a erstwhile like closed tap room, one of you would come down to perhaps investigate.
I would have, just because hearing a child's voice and knowing that the only people down there to mitigate that are Gareth and Floon, I don't have the highest level of confidence.
I'm gonna say Arnold would equally run down, but only because I think he would be in charge of the library before the bar opens, since he is the most literative of the people, storyteller and such. So I think Arnold would run down and be like, "Welcome to the Ghost Mafia Library. I didn't realize we opened early today. I'm so sorry, man. Oh, geez, and just kind of like, running down there and then realizing what's going on. And Cerulean has it. I'm just, he would just kind of chill out and be like, yes, I too am cool here.
Smooth walk away.
I think Arnold, you would probably come down as Floon is breaking that glass. So you would be down there sort of earlier. Cerulean, I think you're going to come down right as you see Floon pouring beer for 2 underage children.
Yeah. I go, and they're sitting at the bar now, right? Waiting.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Served beer. And I walk over to Floon and I look at him and I said, if you want me to not collect on the debt that you've got, you better not give that beer to these children.
Because how are they going to pay? I mean, honestly, they're kids.
That's
that's a great point. I've learned my lesson.
He stands there, like obviously like super awkward, and then he says, "Oh yeah, word. These are for me."
Cerulean takes one and just downs it.
Okay,
Just-
it's
Clunk.
very good. You guys have great taste.
So this is a quest. So are you going to pay us to steal the fish?
Evan's smirk widens and he says, "Yeah, we're gonna give you all the money that you'll get from this super rich goldfish that Dustin definitely heard about for real."
So can Arnold, since he overhears this, I imagine that I've been caught up enough to understand that there's a quest. And go, so Arnold's gonna look at Dustin and be like, We'll take this quest on one condition. You give me my instrument back." Can I say that to Dustin? Is that okay?
Oh no, you can. You can.
I say it.
I'm gonna be very.
I'll say
real.
I won't. I'll speak for myself, not the group.
Sure. There is a flash of supreme embarrassment across Dustin Eggo's face.
I immediately cry. I just cry.
He turns so red, and he also starts crying.
Oh no!
And he says, Mr. Arnold, can I be real with you, Mr. Arnold? Mr. Arnold, I did sell your guitar, and I'm very sorry, but it was signed by Volo Gedarm, and it was worth a lot of money, so I did sell it, and I did give the money to my mom, and she did buy groceries with it. I'm very sorry.
Who did you sell it to?
Gareth pulls out the guitar.
No, he gives you the name of a shop you haven't heard.
Okay.
He says, I sold it to Davy Mike at Rapscallion Winters.
He fantasy pawned my guitar.
Basically.
Okay, I'm disappointed, but I understand. That's
New quest.
Yeah.
We're getting Arnold's guitar. Fuck the
2
goldfish.
quests for the price of 1.
quests.
Let's go.
We're going for the guitar.
Dustin, do you know if they said they're going to steal the goldfish or they're going to steal from a goldfish? Was there a distinction?
No. Aha. This is a great question, smart lady. I get it. No, they are for sure going to steal the goldfish. I lingered underneath where I was. They were on like a bridge and I was underneath, and they said they were going to steal the goldfish. And then one of them was like, "Shh, you idiot, be quiet. You can't be talking about this goldfish like this." And the other one was like, "Hey, dipshit, there's nobody out here." And I was like, "Aha, it's me. I'm here." But I didn't say that out loud because I was super sneaky. Just like Mr. Garath, the sneak attack.
Oh man, don't follow in his footsteps.
You can't because you can't see them.
Oh man, yikes. Okay, well, was there any indication to where this goldfish was?
No.
Okay. Where was the bridge that you heard all of this from?
It was on Broadway and Fantasy Jefferson. You know that bridge on Broadway and Fantasy Jefferson?
I'm with you. I'm there.
Yep.
Fantasy Jefferson, of course, the founding father of Waterdeep.
Yeah, he signed
the third
he wrote
Waterdeep
the
president.
Fantasy Declaration of Independence.
He invented the fantasy light bulb.
I don't think that's the right. I'm pretty sure that's Edison. So
Fantasy.
close.
I mean, not in Waterdeep.
Oh man.
Garrett,
You can also do that.
like shoos them out of the bar. All right, all of you get out. You've officially cried wolf. Next time you knock on the door before we're open, we're not letting you in.
Oh,
Not to be mistaken with Justin Patrick.
Josh.
Let's do Josh and
Josh
Patrick thing.
My bad.
Let's do a smash cut. Above table. The way that I like to do magic items is a little bit different from like everybody does magic items differently. If I give you a magic item or you find one in this world, you have to get it identified and attuned before you can use it. You can't just pick up a magic item and be like Avada Kedavra. So the way that we're going to resolve that sort of like between the 5 of us is at Wicked Wares and Wiles. That's going to be sort of like where you guys go to like get your new stuff looked at, or if you have questions about magical things, instead of me inventing 7 different magic shops for you guys to go through with 7 different NPCs, we're just going to have one shop.
Was that the one with Daniel and the
Gorilla Sean.
Gorilla Sean?
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. The bell over wicked wares and wiles jingles merrily as you walk in. And Gareth, you are greeted by the bespectacled and bewaistcoated form of Sean the Gorilla, standing behind the counter, studying a tome that is dusty and lengthy. And he says, "Oh, hello. You're Gareth, right? I attended your opening of your tavern just the other day, and I must say, excellent brandy."
Gareth like tugs on Arnold's shirts. The gorilla remembers me.
Did he say excellent band, dude? What did he say? 'Cause yes. Yes, we did it. Both of
Band dude.
us.
Gareth like straightens the tie that he's not wearing.
Like pokes his fingers into his collarbone.
This is my favorite shipping. Sorry.
Well, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Stop by anytime. Feel free. We have an 100% discount going on. It's not 100% off. That's the price. It's 100%.
Yes, I did think it was a little strange that water was an additional charge, but I respect that. I respect the savvy business acumen. What's going on, everybody? First of all, welcome. Hi. Thank you so much for tuning in to Critically Stupid. I am Alex. I'm the DM of the show that you are hopefully still listening to. Fingers crossed. For legal purposes, I do have to tell you that we are playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, an official Dungeons & Dragons module written by Chris Perkins, Scott Fitzgerald-Gray, Kim Mohan, and Michelle Carter. As with most D&D games, ours is turning into sort of a loose interpretation of the module written by the squad, but that's the way it be. You know, we're not perfect. So if you or any of your buds would like to get into D&D, I highly recommend you go to dnd.wizards.com. Check out all the great stuff there. They have loaves of bread that will turn you French. Yeah, it's not fantasy French, real life French. Whole curly mustache and cigarette in your hand. It's crazy. Check it out, dnd.wizards.com. If you would like to end up as a character on the show, you can tweet us at CritStupid. Tell us what you think we're doing well. Tell us what you thought of the last episode. Tell us if you think there's something that we can improve that you'd like to see. We actually had a suggestion from somebody in one of our early episodes that they'd like to see the format go longer. So we went from hour episodes to hour and a half episodes. So like we're here. We're listening to you guys. If you want to see something, let us know. But you can end up as a character on the show. Characters like the return of Evan Stokesworth and Dustin Eggo. At Evan Austin Author, no E in author, or O. Whatever that letter in author is between the H and the R there's none of that. It's just at Evan Austin Author. And Dustin, of course, is at Dustin Taylor _. Both of those guys have been big fans of the show since day one and have retweeted it and asked other people to watch it. So guys, thank you so much. You can also end up as a new character like Wish Tankian and Matt, the two new NPCs that you, I believe, are yet to meet. That would be Matt is at MSIADAK on Twitter. Matt M. Siadak, I'm pretty sure. Hope I'm not getting that wrong. And Wish Tankian is, of course, my main girl, Amanda, at A Wish Writes. Those are some really cool NPCs. I'm really excited for you to meet them and see the kind of shenanigans that they're about to pull the players into. So, yeah. Tweet at the show, at CritStupid. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think we could be doing better. And you could end up as a character in a future episode. If you haven't already, we're doing a big push to try to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Try to get the show monetized and invest in better mics, better cameras, better recording software. So if you haven't already, I would very, very much appreciate it if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you listen to us audio only, first of all, I'm sorry. I'm working on doing a lot of, I'm working on not relying on video only gags like facial expressions. So I've got you in my thoughts. But if you listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, if you could leave us a rating and a review, I would deeply appreciate it. That would be tremendous and help our show grow and reach new listeners who hopefully enjoy us just as much as you are, right? Okay, that's it. I've wasted enough of your time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for reviewing. And that's all I got. All right, you have a great day. I love you.
Gareth will take out his cool curved knife, show it to Sean and be like, Yeah, we talked to a dead guy and had some acid flashbacks, and now we got some cool stuff. I'm wondering if you could take a look at it.
Fantasy acid flashback.
Fantasy
about it.
LSD. Yeah. Drugs, drugs, drugs.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty. Yeah, bang it on the counter, man.
Bang!
So Gareth,
Gareth like hits it against the counter. Bang!
Okay, whoa, hey, generally speaking, you might not know this, but generally speaking, we want to treat magical artifacts with a touch more care. And he gently like straightens it, almost like there's a touch of like just a touch of like compulsivity as you see he perfectly aligns it with like the straight edges of his countertop. And he pulls another tome from his under counter and opens it on the table. Gareth, you pull out this knife, and just to remind you and the listener, it is a curved dagger with a handle of ash wood with a hole punched into one end so that you can easily spin it along one finger. The handle is well worn and leathered, clearly seen some use, and definitely like not what you would immediately looking at consider to be like, oh wow, that's a really powerful magical artifact. However, the Sean the gorilla very gingerly sort of like takes it and holds it up to the light and sort of like adjusts it and pages through his tone. And he starts pulling other things out of underneath his countertop, and there's like a powder, and there's like a piece of like black chalk that he uses to inscribe runes, and he's drawing circles and doing all this sort of like alchemical arcane stuff. Cerulean and Arnold, you probably recognize a little bit about what he's doing, just sort of like in your own arcane dabbling. You're definitely like, oh, I think I see him, but then he immediately like spins off and does something else, and you're like, oh shit, like this guy's like doing some stuff.
Legitness.
That's legitness.
Am I there too?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just feel like Joshua Patrick would be real interested in the gorilla. I feel like he'd be like definitely trying to sniff at him while he's doing the thing.
Do you hold? All right. So when you are out and about with Joshua Patrick, do you let Joshua Patrick roam loose? Is there a leash situation, or do you hold Joshua Patrick baby style?
He has a leash. Sometimes I'll take him off leash, but since we're still training, he's still currently on the leash. I think that Mel would just be like wrapped up watching all of this going on and wouldn't necessarily notice that Joshua Patrick is pulled over and is sniffing at the gorilla super closely now.
Okay. I feel like Joshua Patrick leaps up onto the counter, sort of like not right in the thick of things, but like sort of like to the periphery with like where Sean the gorilla is like stacking books as he's like referencing different pages in different tomes. And the Sean the gorilla sort of like spares him a curious glance and then sort of like gently like makes sure he keeps like a boundary away from all of the like dangerous alchemical stuff, and then continues on. And Joshua Patrick actually very patiently sits at the edge of all of these books and watches, and you see these like sort of like spectral green eyes wide with fascination. But Gareth, after several minutes, Sean takes a tiny needle and a matchbox from underneath that counter and strikes it, and he strikes a spark at this blade, and it jitters almost like a live wire has passed through it. And you see just in like a faint burst of light, like the one ring from Lord of the Rings, copyright, a series of letters flash
Fantasy
across
Lord
the
of the
handle.
Rings would be redundant.
Fantasy Lord of the Rings, exactly.
Realistic Lord of the Rings.
You see a series of letters in fire flash across this handle, and Sean goes, interesting.
What does it say?
This is well, I must be just as spectacles. I must be quite honest. My devilish is quite rusty. I don't quite have much use for it. I believe it's the name of the thing. As you would know, of course, powerful arcane instruments usually have some sort of denomination or perhaps their own name. Many of them are sentient. Many of them come from sentience or consciousness. But this appears to be a knife of somebody once lost who is coming coming back to us. Where did you get this?
Not important. Does it do anything cool?
Yes, it does. All right, Garion, mechanically.
Oh, hell yeah.
Once per day, you can cast a modified version of the spell Blink, where you can stab or throw this knife, and you can, as a reaction, dip into the ethereal plane and hold it in your hand and snap to it.
You're Nightcrawler.
That sounds cool as fuck, but explain it like I was a 5-year-old.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I didn't follow either.
so you can cast you can stab this knife and leave it somewhere, or you can throw it somewhere, like in combat,
And
then
then
you
I
can,
like
and then you can
teleport
teleport to it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
damn, that
cool.
is fucking awesome.
Once per day, so it's once per day. The damage is 1d6 plus dex, standard dagger damage. But you actually, as producer Sean, I'm sorry, as Gorilla Sean
Gorilla.
explains this to you, he also says, now, Gareth, I must warn you that often with powerful magic items, there is, with every perk comes a cost. I've never used this item. I'm not sure what it is, but I would warn you, only in dire circumstances would I recommend using this.
Oh, he's going to
here's
use it
the
all the
thing.
time.
Here is what
Once
Gareth
a day,
would
he's going to
do.
be doing something with that.
Here's the thing. Here's what Gareth would do, and I need you to tell me above table now if it's genuinely a stupid idea or not. Gareth would immediately turn around and like throw it at the door frame to test it out.
I mean, yeah, do it.
Wait,
Fuck
has
yeah.
it been attuned to you yet, though?
Yeah, let's say yes. Let's just say
Okay.
this whole process is an
Okay,
attunement.
cool.
Gareth, you throw the blade. Give me a basic dex check. Let's see just how good you throw it. I just want to see if you go through a window.
Oh, that'd be so funny. Just to clarify, I'm just throwing it like at the wall. I'm not throwing it.
Yeah. No, you're not attacking anybody.
Yeah. First thing I do, oh neat, stabs Arnold.
Arnold died that day.
Just whipped around and
Again.
hurls it right into Arnold.
Again.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
did
recurring
roll a
theme.
5 plus 3 is 8.
All right, so it's a clumsy throw.
Thank God for Arnold.
And your knife like sort of like bangs against a shelf and then like hooks, like it doesn't stick in anything, it doesn't anything cool, but it's like 10 feet away from you, and you snap your fingers, and Gareth, the world around you grays out and blurs, and you feel yourself like step through space. However, as you step through space, you hear a horrible screaming in your ears, and you feel a hand close around yours as you close around that blade.
Cool.
And you're going to take 3 points of fire damage as you step back into the real world, and you feel this handle burn into your hand.
Get a cool knife and a new friend. Jealous.
Golly. Best friends.
Does it leave like a burn mark on?
No,
Gareth?
not that bad, not that dramatic.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, Gareth will, I don't know, yelp in surprise and go like, fuck! I figured it out. I found the cost.
I want to know, like he said, it sounds like it's from someone who's coming back. Does he know who, or if they're coming back in like this realm?
Well, because here, I do have a question, but I don't know if Sean would have the answer to this.
Go
Is
for it.
that Geophalump had a curved knife, and so I don't know if this is the same curved knife or a magic replica of sorts.
I think the one question that you haven't asked about this blade specifically, like mechanically, is the range with which the spell, like how far can it work?
Can you
Word.
jump? Yeah.
Yeah. One last question for you, Sean.
Oh yes, sir, of course.
If I, left the knife in my bed and then went off for a day of work, could I just, my way back home from anywhere, or?
Yes, the range, of course. Yes, you would want to know this. Hey, Garion, above table, how far did you get from Geophalump before you started to feel bad about it?
Oh shit. Like distance or time?
Distance.
Oh god. I'd say until it
10
was.
miles.
I'd say until the fire, not the smoke, but the fire was out of sight.
All right, so let's say 100 feet.
Sure, that sounds fair.
So about 100 feet, give or take.
All right.
And it has been quite some time since I used my devilish, as I said, but I think I've gleaned the name of what this knife calls itself. Obviously, you as the owner can call it whatever you like, but the name of it is Abandon.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to change that. We can work on a better one.
Right in the heartstrings.
Arnold,
Yes.
plunk it down.
So I bunk down my fluty thing and I say, this isn't fantasy Willy Wonking the way I want it to fantasy Willy Wonka. Is there a way can you tune it? Can I fix this? I don't understand.
Can I
Wally
put
Winko.
more
wanna
Willy
color-
in this Wonka?
Wonka. Yeah, it's Willying.
Did
It's
you
not
just say
Wonka.
put more Willy in this Wonka?
Got a Willy in this Wonka. Okay.
She really my
So-
Wonka till I chocolate my factory.
Oh no.
That was so offensive.
I'm not high enough for this shit.
All right. Arnold,
Drugs.
Gorilla Sean
Okay.
repeats a lot of what he does. Different stuff for your sort of like chunk of rock. And actually out of this sort of like under counter, he pulls out like a tiny archaeologist hammer and chisel and starts like tapping away. And as he sort of like carefully taps away, he reveals a set of pan flute, sort of in that traditional pan flute silhouette, but like encircled by a vein of like black rock, like really dark, almost like seems to soak in the light, darker than obsidian. And he goes through his tomes, and actually Joshua Patrick is very helpful and actually like helps nose the page over to like help him look. And Gorilla Sean mutters and grumbles to himself and pulls out a tiny piece of what looks to be almost like flash paper, and sets it over a glyph that he inscribes on the counter and mutters a word, and the paper ignites. And just like with the blade that you had just seen on the countertop, Arnold, you see a spattering of symbols cascade across this rock, scratched deep into the surface. And Sean goes, "Ooh, that's interesting. Yes, where did you get this? Both of you. Where did you go?"
Is this is
We
this necessary
visited
information for
old
tuning?
friends.
This is we like just like she said, we met some old friends. They gave us some things of their own volition, and then they just vanished.
We got it from MYOB.
And you,
It was our friend Myob.
Yeah, it was indeed our good friend Mia.
Unfortunately, the truth of the matter is, no matter what we tell you, you're not going to believe it.
Hang on. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we got it. It's
Alex.
fine.
I really hope that we call this flute thing that Arnold has the windpipes.
Nice.
It got
Boy,
taken
if-
out.
What
boy,
exactly?
if I was-
I
what is
got it. I got the joke.
All
Is
right.
it like a flute or is it?
It's a series of pan flutes. So like, you blow into the top and then they air goes down.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Okay.
Yes, well, wherever you went, I'm glad you made it back alive. All right, so Arnold, mechanically,
Yes, thank you.
you have a set of pipes that emit, in addition to the traditional set of or sound of pan flutes, there is a crushing, almost electronic bass that expels out of these pipes when you play them.
Holy shit, you can play dubstep.
Yes.
You are going to do, they do 1d6 plus charisma damage. However, Gorilla Sean tells you when you play it within a 5-foot radius of a person, that person's voice is entirely stolen and held within the pipes for 1 day.
It is called Ursula. It is
or
Ursula.
until you decide to give it back.
Hard.
Yes.
You can mute people in real life. That's so crazy.
It's like just and then
Gorilla Sean says, now again, I must warn you, powerful magical artifacts like this they do come with a cost, Arnold Stevenson. I would not use these flutes lightly.
Do we know what this cost is?
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of people that piss me off. I'd love to hear them. Like,
He picks up the pipes and hands them to Arnold and says, I am not going to blow into these.
Okay, so I take it but I look at him and I say, so you seem very worried about the origin of the pipes, and we don't know a lot about where they came from, to be honest. And you're much smarter with this sort of thing. You're obviously more knowledgeable. Yeah. Are you familiar with this language, and do you know anything about maybe their origin?
I tell you what, it's been some time since I spent an afternoon at the Waterdeep library, but my devilish is pretty rusty. I haven't needed the language of the 9 hells in quite some time.
we went to hell.
One of them.
No, and shit, slip of the tongue, Freudian slip. We went nowhere. We found these on Amazon.
Fantasy Amazon.
Fantasy.
Oh, did you of course are of course referring to Fabulous Toys and Tobacco, the finest purveyor.
Well, that's right. We met Fantasy Santa Bezos last
especially now that Santa and Co is out of business, thanks to these guys. Thanks to a group of heroes that may or may not have murdered Father Christmas.
But moral of the story, because we do have to go a little bit. Moral of the story, Arnold, is he hands the pipes to you and he's like, I'm not gonna blow them. If you want to blow them, that's your business.
Of course. Okay. And I just say thank you because there's no reason to blow it at this moment. But yes.
Sure, you got it. All right, great.
Can that be the episode title? If you want to blow them, it's your business.
Shut up. As you guys turn to leave, I think Joshua Patrick is gnawing, getting a little bored probably, and is gnawing at the edge of one of these books. And Gorilla Sean sort of like gently sort of like picks him up, looking, of course, to Mel to make sure that it's okay that he's handling this wolf pup, and brushes its nose, and then sort of like, and looks deep into this wolf pup's eyes.
I hope Joshua Patrick just like licks his nose. Just when he's looking at him, just like licks his nose.
Yeah, I like that.
Cute,
actually.
man. He's a puppy, you know.
Yeah,
little guy.
I think Joshua Patrick licks his nose, and producer Sean sort of like emits a out of charistic, high pitched giggle, sort of like a Ron Swanson style giggle, and then hands him to Mel and says, "Take care of that little guy."
I will die for him.
All right.
Really funny. Fucking, these are ominous and cursed weapons. Use them at your own risk.
Y'all got all magic comes with a price, and I got an adorable puppy.
Cute dog.
Sometimes karma goes your way.
Murdering pays off.
There it is. Okay, let's do a smash cut.
Smash cut.
Do you like have a transition like slide for smash cut that you're gonna put?
No, but I fucking should. I should have like I'd love to have an animated version of myself going
smash cut, and then we just pick. I mean, that would make me laugh.
One day when we have money, we'll make it work. Cerulean and Arnold. There are a handful of patrons in Trollskull Manor. As the sun starts to sink over Waterdeep Castle and the evening starts to spread across the city, people are getting off of work. There are lighters walking around the streets, lighting the street lamps. There's an air of festivity. It's payday, so there are a lot of people coming and going. And the tap room at Trollskull Manor is filling up quite nicely. However, you two are having a problem with Karaoke Wednesday, specifically the two 60-ish human women who are on stage right now, drunk as you've ever seen anybody, holding glasses of Floon's very famous at this point cider wine, belting their fucking brains out. Really,
fantasy girls just want to have fun.
They're actually singing ABBA's greatest hits. So
I was thinking Fantasy
hate
Dancing
that.
Queen. We're on the same page.
there it is. However, they are starting to accumulate boos from the crowd and are getting a little confrontational. They're like, "No, shut up! You come up here and try this, Dancing Queen."
What notably,
I feel like
one
every
of-
time. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say notably one of the booers in the audience is Gareth.
I was gonna say that every time they start singing again, Joshua Patrick howls.
In a good way or a bad way? Like, is he making
Is it
fun of
ever
them?
a good thing when you're
He's
singing and the
singing.
dog fucking howls with you?
That's a
That's
good
that's
way.
not a
'cause
good
have you ever
sign.
seen the cute
No, it's
videos of
adorable.
the
They're
dogs
singing, but they're
howl
drowning
singing?
you out for a reason. Dogs have amazing ears, and they're trying to do everyone a solid.
Yeah, they're showing
is-
you up is what they're
They
doing.
see Joshua Patrick's like, I'm real cute. I'll save this. He's a
Fred-
good boy.
Cerulean immediately like knows that Arnold is not mean enough to do this. So I feel like you
That's a
probably would have
side of
left when we
Arnold.
were all talking about stories of what was going on. I feel like Arnold would have like left out the darkness.
I think he would have
Um,
too.
Well, that's a question for Arnold. Arnold, when you were
Yeah.
recounting your individual sort of like stories, how much would you have shared?
Did
I feel like-
anybody admit to murder?
Gareth has shared absolutely none of this. Gareth has
Really?
pretended like he was just out, like I was real zoned out, super weird.
All right, that's
I fe-
legit.
I think Mel wouldn't share everything because it's all touchy about her family or whatever, but obviously I have no issue with admitting to murder. So
Yeah,
So
and
some-
I
murder anyone
detail.
though. I just shot him. I probably would have just said somebody from my past showed up and
that's what I was thinking. I do the same thing, and I imagine we were like realizing that we're all going through something that no one's going to be listening to the thing I'm saying deeply anyway or significantly.
Yeah.
So
But
it's like-
straight up, like even if Arnold did say that had happened, like Mel wouldn't believe him. I would laugh and think that he's lying to deflect from what actually happened. I'd be like, Arnold.
You were naked in school, weren't you? Yes.
Exactly. Like it's okay, Arnold. You don't have to be a badass.
All right, so
Uh,
Cerulean, you're handling the situation. How do you handle it?
Yeah, I walk up and I put my hands over the microphones, fantasy microphones. And I look at the ladies and I say, if you don't want to have a problem, you're going to get off this stage. If you want to have a problem, I'm going to throw you out, and I promise you don't want me to do that.
You hear from the audience, yeah, listen to the lady, boo, get off the stage.
One of these ladies makes a drunken grab for the microphone, saying like, "You can't throw me out.
Can
My
I
husband's a
try
city
to grab?
watchman."
Who's your husband?
Derek?
Oh,
I think her
Oh
like
god, not Derek. Oh,
her like grabbing at the
no.
microphone, like Joshua Patrick would definitely bristle because he's a protective little pup.
Of the
So-
microphone?
He might have
'Cause
thought
he
that
made a
was
grab
recording.
at it.
All right, fair enough. Wait a second, Cerulean.
Can I see if I?
Yeah, it's an ineffective grab. It's easy to slap away if you
Okay.
want to.
Yeah, no, I would like to snatch her wrist and pull her in real close to me, like nose to nose. Get real
Make a
mom
little
pissed
kiss.
off at.
Make a dex attack for me.
It's 16.
Okay. Yeah, you stop her wrist and pull her tight, and her face is close to yours. And real talk, this woman fucking reeks of like cheap perfume. And you can actually see like the edges of like where she's dyed her hairline to be like a
Damn.
little bit lower. Like it's a little rough.
Classy.
Um,
That's what I'm gonna look like in like 20 years.
Cerulean
Doing
looks at her.
Dancing Queen on the stage.
Cerulean looks at her and says, "Take a seat right now, or we're gonna have a big girl problem."
I mean, all right, yeah. She is sufficiently intimidated. But as she's like hobbling off the stage because this woman is fucking litty titty drunk, she turns to you and says like, "I'm gonna tell Derek about this."
Oh, have fun. I'll send him right over to Adam.
The door opens. Arnold, you're primed to see it.
got it.
Sort of standing, watching this go down. I imagine you're sort of like anxiously watching and being the musical person. You want to make sure that there's a good entertainment. You see two figures come in.
Okay.
dressed in distressed black jeans, black boots with iron spikes coming out of them, leather jackets with matching insignia, and it's a man and a woman, and the man is wearing deep eyeshadow and a neon yellow bandana. And the woman, they are both human, and the woman has neon green hair.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, they sound awesome, but do I recognize like the insignia or anything? Do I know anything about them?
Ooh, I don't think so. It's pretty general, sort of like decorative stuff. It's not like a city watch uniform or anything like that you would have immediate recognition of. But the woman immediately throws her hands up and says, "Who's buying drinks for the soon-to-be winners of the Feyday BOB?" And there's like around the tavern, there's like a mild like applause, and some drunk dude in the corner is like, "Yeah, I will, right here." And they walk to the bar and plunk down in seats, and like the dude puts his feet on the bar, and like they relax fully.
Garath has none of that.
Yeah,
there's no feet on the bar.
Step into the scene, Garath.
Yeah, so I mean, I see them and I see Garath, and I'd imagine like Arnold would be like, "Excuse me, congratulations on your soon to hopefully win the thing that you said you might win." But my friend over here, very as much a stickler for the feet on the. But just please take them now. We'll make sure you get your drinks right away. How are you guys doing, by the way? What's that? What are you talking about? You're winning something? And I'm just like trying to persuade them to, be in a better mood and get their feet off the freaking table.
The guy pulls out a tiny ukulele that was on like a string like around his chest, and you see him like whip it out, and he starts like playing like a cute little series of chords. But actually, Arnold, as you're talking, you realize that he is mimicking pretty closely the pitch and cadence of your voice, and is undercutting your words with like a ridiculous falsetto on this.
Is he mocking you with the ukulele?
He is absolutely mocking you with this ukulele.
I just immediately blow that whistle thing. I take out Ursula and I just blow into it immediately. I blow right into Ursula, just right away. I'm not having any of that.
All right,
are you really?
Shit, fine. Yeah, he's doing it. Arnold, amazing. roll a d6. Add your charisma modifier to it.
All right.
I like how he didn't even say anything, so he could totally continue to do that with his ukulele.
Well, no, he
doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
I feel like while all of this is going on, Cerulean would have been trying to placate the crowd. Placate. Anyways.
Placate.
Yeah, it's fine. And she would have been doing it's a very rare occurrence, but she would be singing like Fantasy Respect by Aretha Franklin.
Love it.
All right.
Because she wants people to give this place some respect.
Arnold, what you got?
10.
Damage?
No, you said, I'm sorry, did I roll the wrong thing? You said D6 plus, what modifier?
I said D6 plus charisma.
Yeah, that's what I did, right?
You got a 10?
Hang on.
All right, fine. No, hey, you said it. Fine. Yeah, this dude's fucking chair snaps in half, and he falls ass over feet onto the ground, and starts like gasping for air. Except that when he starts gasping, there is no breath like moving in or out of his. It's like the wind has been knocked out of him, but like there's no sound. And Arnold, you feel like a curious, minute rattling in these pipes that you're holding in your hands, almost like there is something tiny in there, sort of like desperate to get out.
Going to hell has really changed, Arnold.
I'm into it. I'm into it.
I've been through that.
But
I, on the other hand, got a puppy, and now I'm kind of mushy. And like Arnold now
Arnold's
is
I'm
real dark.
I'm in the belly of the beast, guys. Belly of the whale. Here we are.
The woman with acid green hair stands up and is like, "Whoa, hey, okay. Sorry, I guess it was just a bit. Matt's kind of an asshole, but like, can chill a little bit? Hello? Is this the hospitality of Trollskull Manor?"
I think Garath comes over like nothing happened, like super mad casual. "Hey, how are you guys today? Can I get you anything?"
That guy over there said he was gonna buy drinks. Is everything like okay? Like, Matt, are you good?
I can't account for the person who said he was going to buy you the drinks, but as the bartender, I can certainly sell you some. So,
you know what? Hey, don't worry about it. It's fine. Future winners of the Feyday BOB not strapped for cash. And she reaches into her pocket and pulls out casually like 5 silver pieces, throws them on the bar. Actually, Garath, for you to like go scrounging for.
None of them hit the bar. Catches all of them. I'll roll a sleight of hand if you want me to.
No. It's fine. Let's add some flavor to it. Let's say you snag them all.
Yeah, the sneak attack.
So can I help the guy back up and just be like, I'm sorry, I've had a really rough week. I've been through a lot. I didn't mean anything by it. Let's start off. I thought you were insulting me. We've had some trouble here. We just opened up and we've had some trouble. And I thought you were bringing more of that, and just kind of
respond and can't.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I see. So I'm reading his lips because I'd be good at that because I know I'm just, it makes sense. So
The Spotify listeners, Alex was just
sorry. Hey, what's up,
bunch
audio only listeners? I love you.
Love you.
Yeah, he was just mouthing a bunch of stuff for
I'm a mime now.
So I look at him and I'm like, so is this like a battle of the bands type of thing that you're talking about? So Alex, the DM is mouthing it again.
The DM is mouthing. Arnold, give me a perception check. Let's just see how much of this you're picking
Got
up.
it. Of course.
Can you just give him his voice back if you choose?
He can,
Yeah.
but
Oh, can I do that? I
Yeah. It's either a day or when you choose.
Very cool. Okay. I'm not gonna give him his voice back.
Arnold, my God.
Let's go.
Maybe you need to pet Joshua Patrick for a little while.
All right, 15.
Do you want to sleep with him tonight? Maybe he'll help simmer you down a little.
The doggo snuggles are like the cure to what ails you. All right, Arnold. Whatever this man, he's mouthing it very quick. You don't catch a lot. You catch the first 2 words. And you catch them because it's your name.
Okay.
Your full name, Arnold Stevenson.
Wow. Okay. At that, I'll snap. I'll do the thing. I'll be like, fine, and I'll just give him his voice back. I'm like, I need to. Fine.
He heaves a sigh and goes, Arnold Stevenson is a dirty, rotten song stealer. Arnold Stevenson is a dirty, rotten song stealer.
Someone has fantasy liared him, or he's stuck saying the thing that my friend said. Jeremith.
Every time this man opens his mouth to speak, it is a variation of Arnold Stevenson is a dirty, rotten song stealer.
Oh no. Okay, can I probably not, but is there any way for me to tell if this is a permanent affliction that I accidentally did to this guy? I don't want to destroy this man's life.
Honestly, Arnold, I don't think you'd know that.
Okay, I figured I would.
You did canonically walk out of Wicked Wares and Wiles without asking. So.
Yes, that's fair.
Question for you above table, Arnold. Would Garath know about your tragic backstory because we knew each other beforehand?
Yeah, I think we've talked about it enough, especially with this. I think I would have talked to you more than the other 2 about what I saw. Yeah, that's what I think.
Because if I did know about it beforehand, because if this was something that he just was saying and I didn't know the context behind it, Garath would just come over and start making fun of him.
oh man.
So.
The girl looks at you and says, like, "Hey, what'd you do to my guy right here, Matt? Are you okay?"
Would she know that it's like a thing that he did, or would she just think her boy is a hater?
I think like after a certain number of repetitions,
okay,
because it is like a little bit liar style to
Yeah.
Arnold's point. Like after a certain number of repetitions, like it would become clear that like this is all this dude can say.
So it's a fantasy Groot situation.
Yeah, a little bit.
So it's like compulsive. So okay. So can I grab I'll look around and just grab one of the what do you call it? Like a waiter or a server notepad and hand it to him.
Yeah.
Like grab Floon's notepad and just hand it to him. Like see if he can write something. Be like, can you write something down? Like I'm sure we could figure this out.
Yeah, on Floon's notepad, there's a couple of doodles. There's like a sun and a little house with some trees. There's 2 stick figures holding hands with smiling faces and arrows that says like Garath and Floon. There's
I get a little sad that I'm not part of it.
Arnold draws himself in it.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Friends. Can I save that one for me, please?
There's a couple other sigils that you don't recognize, but you tear that paper away and hand it to this guy, and he writes in a hasty, sharp hand, like, "Is this forever?" ?
So, I'm gonna lean in with a big not positive, but probably not is the thing. I'm gonna say it's a surefire case of I am not sure.
You're answering like a magic 8-ball all the time.
Hold on. Ask again later. Yeah.
You see the green-haired woman see this and fully, Arnold, you see her start to freak out and be like, that's my backup singer, man. We got to perform tomorrow night. Are you fucking duking on my chest right now?
Thank God he's your backup.
I believe the correct question is, are you shitting my dick?
Oh,
No, I said what I said. Are you duking on my chest right now? The day before the Feywild BOB, you're gonna do this.
So I'll say, because I feel terrible. I'm like, look, I didn't mean for any of this. It was honest mistake. I'll tell you two things. First thing, like I said, super sorry. Second thing, super sorry, but also I can take his place in the fantasy BOB and help you out. I assure you that we can win, and we'll only take a very small portion of whatever prize it may be. It's now I only say this.
Hang on a second.
I'm gonna say like. What my reasoning is for saying this is because I just saw that Garath is there, and I also saw a doodle that he's getting closer with Floon, and I want to impress him. So, all
right, I love it. Okay, so she says, she laughs in your face and says, "Ha! You want to be part of Sourpuss? You want to join Wish Tankian? That's me, Wish Tankian. What's up? As a member of Sourpuss, the best heavy metal band in Waterdeep, you want to step in the Feyday Battle of the Bods? What are you, nuts?"
I just like stop, and I'm like, I try to whistle in the thing again at her or like at them. Do we know if it's their gender? I'm sorry. You said girl, right?
No, yeah, she, her. Okay. Thank you for asking.
Are you muting them?
No. So I only get it once a day, right? Like
it is once a day.
That's why the only reason I'm doing it is because I know it won't work. So like Arnold just like instinctively is like, I'm sick of this, like, and just like tries to whistle in the thing at her, and is like, and looks at Gary and is just like, there might be there's no way they can win with him in that condition, right? And I'm pretty sure we can.
Yeah,
win.
I'll go in for like the I guess persuasion. Like, I mean, you do need a backup singer, and we could negotiate on the prize. We could negotiate it down to very little because we did incapacitate your friend a little bit.
Can Cerulean be done with her song and come on over to this?
Yeah. I think everybody can get a piece of it at this point. Mel, if you're hanging out in your crow's nest with Joshua Patrick, you see what's going on. You could probably shout from where you're at, "Hey, you guys!"
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm just sitting, waiting,
Chilling.
just seeing what's up. I've seen Arnold got real dark, making a mental note, maybe talk to him about that later because I'm a little worried. But otherwise, I'm on standby, especially because Arnold's a little dark. Part of me is like, Joshua Patrick might have to eat some people. I might have to kill some. I don't know what's going on now.
Might have to eat some people. What?
I don't
Joshua
know. Maybe
Patrick
he's,
might have to
he's
eat
like
some
he's a wolf.
Oh,
maybe.
I thought you
I
meant
don't
like
know.
Mel.
Yeah, it's a key difference there. Yeah, it's
That
good
is
to
a
get that
key difference there.
clarification.
She cut out a little
Meanwhile,
bit.
Cerulean singing fucking Aretha Franklin, like Mel just there's a reason she hangs in the crow's nest away from everybody, and like this right now is a prime example of why that.
All right, Cerulean, you finish your RESPECT, that's what it means to me, by Aretha Franklin. And you jet over probably in time to hear Arnold blow on these pipes for the second time around. And there is a concussive blast strong enough to rattle the floor but not break any of the glassware. Garath, I know you were worried. And with a huge heaving gasp, Matt goes, "Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, God. Thank Jesus. Sweet Christ.
His voice was rattling in the pipes. That's cool.
Blue, green,
Oh.
pens. Oh, I can say whatever I want. Oh, banana hammock. Oh.
Got it in, baby.
Solid
It took
callback.
18 episodes and we got there. Let's go. Whoo, that's what we in the biz call a callback, baby.
Was this an ongoing thing? We were just waiting.
Episode 1, I did say that somebody was going to say banana
Me,
hammock, and it was going to be
I
very
had
funny.
randomly said banana hammock. It wasn't random. There was a reason I said banana hammock.
But you said it before we started recording episode 1, and then I hit record, and then I
you
said
came in and
Diana's going to
said
say it
something, right.
again. But
Oh my god, that has to be Joshua Patrick's like sick him like call like banana hammock, and he gets him. It's just
what an attack phrase,
what
honestly.
an attack phrase.
Or is that like to call him up? Is that like a safe word?
Por qué no los dos? You know what I mean? Like maybe it's an on-off switch.
Maybe.
All right, Cerulean, you get there just in time to see Matt slam himself on the bar and start muttering random words to himself in celebration of having his own voice box back.
Awesome.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask. So, what is this Feyday BOB thing y'all are talking about? What is it? What's the prize? And what are y'all doing in it other than being a sour puss?
It is. Matt, are you okay? It is. Hang on a second. Matt, you're good. All right. Matt's good, everybody. It is the Feyday BOB Battle of the Bods. I don't understand how y'all don't understand. Like, y'all must be new to town, right? Like, clearly not in the know. All right.
Well, you wouldn't be so confident if we have been here a while. If you've seen our band, you wouldn't
What
be so
band?
confident.
What are you fucking? What are you? Oh,
you don't know
the
Ronald?
two ladies we heard coming up. Yeah,
Oh.
they sound like real.
That's going to be
Jacks.
exciting. So, oh man. Okay, yeah, let's keep listening to these guys because we're going to win so much money right now.
She reaches into her leather jacket and pulls out a crumpled flyer, featuring like neon devil horns that she has hand drawn. It's like a regular flyer, but she's like punk rocked it and has drawn like devil horns and like chains and shit. Like cool.
Well, we know how
stuff.
Katie feels about hand drawing graphics on stuff.
I have never been attacked so personally in my whole
I
life.
wasn't
Listen,
attacked. I supported. I thought your handwriting was real nice, bestie.
Thank you.
Hey, I will tell you, there was a moment in my brain where I was like, is that a font or is that handwriting?
See, real nice handwriting.
But
Thank you.
then I zoomed and I saw where the N, the first connection was most certainly with your finger.
Listen.
It was beautiful.
I was in a time crunch. She slams this flyer on the bar and says, clearly you're not from around here. The Feyday BOB, famous in Waterdeep as the premier collection of bardic gatherings in the town, right? Lady Gralham throws a hell of a fete, right? It's her Feyday gathering, her Feyday party. All the nobles are there. So, right, you're not only competing for the prize pool, you're competing for the exposure, my guy. If you're not getting out there, if you're not getting your name, Sourpuss, and she turns and it's like emboldened on the back of her leather jacket in like bright neon pink letters.
Can the guy have it carved in his head like ice from Hocus Pocus?
No, they're wearing matching jackets. She's like, if you're not getting your name out there, what are you even doing in this town?
What's the prize?
1,000 gold dragons, cash.
Bang!
What
Just
about-
like that, we're a band.
What is there any like meeting Lady Growlhund if you win?
Yeah, I mean, she wanders around like she's been there before. We haven't met her because we ain't won, but this year, Sourpuss making it. We're winning #1, baby. And not just because we gave the Rogues Gallery dysentery the other day on accident.
So do we have to like perform or can we just go as audience members?
No, yeah, dipshit. You go to Battle of the Boss as a fucking audience member. This guy.
Oh, so you
Yeah,
mean to
you
tell me it's
perform.
just hold on, wait. You mean to tell me it's just
You
a
have to
bunch of
perform?
fucking people standing together in a room playing music by themselves?
With no
Oh, yeah, okay.
audience.
I guess if you're a fucking nobleman, you don't strike me as a fucking member of the ruling class of this city, Mr. Bartender. Why don't you get me another cider wine?
So the only way
So
to get
after
in is if you're
everything that Arnold's done with the pipes and the whatever, this person's still lippy.
I think
Listen,
Gareth,
I
Gareth takes,
love Amanda Wish, but Wish Tankian is not smart.
Gareth like takes a tankard of apple cider ale, takes her gold or whatever, silver probably, takes like a pretty considerable swig, and then puts it on the counter in front of her.
I think you should charge more. It's the asshole tax.
But the moral of what she says boils down to is that nobles merit invitations to the party. Bans can apply.
Word.
Okay.
So we're starting a
Cerulean looks
band.
at Arnold and just says, "Well,
Dude, we're
Arnold,
getting
buddy.
the band back together.
Well, Arnold, buddy. I think your dream's about to come true, and the Ghost Mafia is now not just a brand name; it's a band name."
Yes, the Ghost Mafia. So, okay, so I want to ask, like, so where do we go to apply to get in? Because the Ghost Mafia is clearly going to win this one.
She laughs at you. She's like, the party's tomorrow. What are you gonna just form a band in 24 hours?
Yes.
Yes.
We have a montage spell.
That's sick. I love a montage spell. Yeah, there's an open call. They got guys there that you can like do a little, I guess, like a little audition. And if you're good enough, you get in. But like, let me tell you right now, you're not gonna beat Sourpuss.
Boo.
For
Okay.
the audio only listeners, I gestured triumphantly.
To which I responded with a woo. Question.
Yo.
We channel some Katie into Cerulean and like her undercover like secret thing that she does is like she's a good singer.
I mean, it's if you decide your character is a good singer, there's nothing that's flavor on you guys.
I'd like to put a little of my own flavor in my
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So she can play the tambourine real good.
So, okay,
Triangle.
can I kind of get a feel? What is this, like an investigation or insight? I want to get a feel to see if I can tell if they're going to try to harm us. You know, because I want to ask them kind of what I want to say is like, so you're in our bar right now, and we're considering competing in this thing, and it sounds like your other competition is getting sick with dysentery. So
Totally accidental dysentery for legal
I believe
reasons.
you. I'm just asking. You know, like, what do you? I'm worried about you too. I'm worried about both of us. Is everyone okay? What do you think? You know, like I want to get.
Yeah,
their feel.
now that my fucking co-singer has his voice box back, yeah, we're doing fine. Hey Matt, don't drink whatever that man put in front of you. I don't trust these guys. Can I have my silver back, please? We're gonna leave.
All right. Thank you.
No
Have a
refunds.
great day.
No, but
Let's
like,
not
can I
get
have
the silver back.
my money back? Like, I didn't drink anything.
Oh, I'm so
And
sorry.
actually, point of fact, you drank my drink. So
Oh,
like,
I'm so like talking over her. So sorry. nothing I can do. Out of my head, really.
all right, roll that insight check, Arnold.
Gotcha. I got a 13.
Okay. I mean, she is telling the truth that she has accidentally
Okay.
given somebody dysentery to prevent them from competing in this Battle of the Bards. I would imagine that it wouldn't take much imagination for Arnold to think that they would do the same or attempt to do the same to you.
Okay. So we're like, they're leaving now. So we're basically like, okay, well, we will see you tomorrow. Good luck with everything. You know.
They walk out without turning around. Both of them raise middle fingers because they're punk as shit.
Nice.
All right.
Got added to our
yeah,
do
just a little-
No
list.
refund sign ever.
We're gonna do a smash cut. Smash cut. It is the early evening as the Ghost Mafia, the four of you, are walking through a very wealthy part of town. Your part of Waterdeep, where Trollskull is very business forward, lots of smaller shops and cute little alleyways like yours tucked away. But the part of town you're walking through now has massive houses set like far away from the road with like gates and private drives. Like we're stepping into like Crazy Rich Asian style territory. But the address on the flyer that you kept from Wish Tankian and her co-singer Matt stops you at a very elaborate wrought iron gate. And actually at the top of this gate, it's currently open, just wide enough to let like a few people enter at a time. But at the top are a pair of horned faces looking down at you, like fashioned out of these bars. And there is an ornate letter G in the middle of each door. But there are a half orc and a dwarf standing at the gate, sort of like admitting passergoers. And there's like two lines. There's like one for like very elaborately clothed nobles wearing like ball gowns and like cool, like dripping with jewels and suits and linens and like all of these like rich people clothes. And then there's like a longer line of like Bo Chuckles and his electronic piano that he's got slung around his shoulders. There's like a fantasy. There's like fantasy country singer with his Stetson hat and his spurs. And that is the line that you are ushered into.
I, at some point, with everybody's permission, would have prestidigitationed our clothes to all be the same like color, so we look very cohesive as a unit. Like Mel's cloak would be purple to match Arnold's eyeballs, since he's the front runner of the band.
Mel only would have allowed that if you also gave Joshua Patrick something real cute to wear.
I would have fashioned a bow out of some ribbon I found and made it into like a little bow tie.
Bow tie. All right.
Uh-huh.
all right.
And it would be that purple.
Joshua Patrick digs that.
And then Gareth just has like weird shoelaces and like just like random things that are just barely purple.
Totally punk.
Well, it's curious that you mention costumes, because as you settle into line and wait, you see an half-elf man come down the line with a clipboard, a real one this time, Gareth.
Showing me up.
Very fancy. Comes down, and actually you notice, Gareth, that he's wearing a mask over his eyes, and it sort of like curls up to be like sort of like a snowflake and like snow situation. And actually, as you're standing in this line, you start to notice that everyone around you is wearing a mask of some kind. And as this man walks up to Arnold, who is the front man for this band, he says, "Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Feyday Battle of the Bards, sponsored by Lady Growlhunt. What's your band name?"
We are the Ghost Mafia.
Ghost Mafia, very good. And what are your masks for the... Oh,
We all wear masks of normal, mentally sane people every day.